I'm so glad you're going to be doing this workout with me today. The only thing I'm going to be using at certain times are some light weights. Okay, so if you have some light weights, great. You could also just grab some cans out of your pantry if you don't have weights, or just do it without the weights, okay? So at times I'll have them in my hands, at times I'll put them down. So we're going to go ahead now, and I'm going to start with them on the ground, and we're going to get started. And this is just going to be walking and weights. So obviously I can't go off walking, but I can just walk in place. We can come here, and we're just going to mix it up and do our legs in different kind of marches and taps, and just to keep our heart going. Now what I want you to think about is keep your core nice and tight, okay? The whole time. Pull in and up on that core. We really want to work on that. Then we want our shoulders back and down. Don't stay bent over in your hips at all. Come up nice and tall. All right, and then with our head, we don't want it jutting forward. We want to keep it back. All right, and then just move your arms. And if you're doing this in a chair, you just go ahead and do the same thing, but sitting down. It is just so good, guys, so important that you get up and you get moving each day. If you could get in the habit of this, it would make such a difference in your life. I mean it. Getting up, having time with God, working out, getting your thoughts in the right place, it just changes your day. Okay? All right, let's just keep marching. Now we're just going to do some heel taps, but I really want you to flex that foot. See how I'm really flexing that foot? Flex it. Flex that foot, just like that. Okay, and then we bring our arms in. Now you can take this at any pace you want. Sometimes I have a tendency to move a little fast. I'm only 5'2½", so I don't have very far to go. All right, and I'm bringing my arms up to about shoulder height and then pulling them back. Great job. All right, so to get our mind in the right place, I want to start off with just talking with you from Romans 12, and it's going to be verses 1 and 2. Okay, so it starts off, and I'm kind of paraphrasing here, but it says, I kind of like the Message version of verse 1. It says, so here's what I want you to do. Take your everyday, ordinary life, you're coming, you're going, you're eating, you're sleeping, and give it as an offering to God. So what that's saying is just everything you do, let it be done for the glory of God. Literally, everything you do, you can do that. Okay? Now we're going to go ahead and do a toe tap, just like that. And if you can't get your arms all the way up, you can push them here, or you can push them down. Okay? Then you go on to Romans 12:2, and it says, let God change the way you think, and then you'll know what to do. That's one version. Let God change the way you think, and then you'll know what to do. So if you want to give your life as, everything you do as an offering to God, it really begins by letting Him change the way you think. Or it also says in another version, don't follow the behaviors and patterns of this world, but let your mind be renewed by the truth of what the Bible says, right? Good. That's what you have to do. It's a tough, guys. It's really tough. And here's the interesting thing. In Galatians 5, right before it goes over what the fruit of the Spirit are, it says, let's just switch it here now. Step, tap. Just like this. Right before it's talking about the fruit of the Spirit, it says that our mind is a battle zone. And it's really always going to be a battle zone because we have our own thoughts. Our thoughts are often the world's thoughts, kind of worldly thoughts, but we also have our sinful nature at work in our mind. But then we also have the voice of the Spirit, God's Spirit, that when you believe in Jesus, that lives in you, you hear that voice. And those two voices are often battling. Your choice is what voice are you going to listen to. Are you going to try to hear more and more the truth of God's Word? And that's what's going to change the way you think. And then you can go out and give your everyday, ordinary life. You're coming, you're going, you're eating, you're sleeping, and use it as an offering to God. Just step tapping here. And again, if I'm moving too fast, you take it a little bit slower, okay? That's it. Don't forget, nice, good posture. All right. That's it. Keep moving. Now we're going to go 1, 2, 3, kick. Back, 2, 3. All right? Just like that. You got it. You can move those arms a little bit. In a chair, just do 3 marches and then a kick. Good. You got this. I love the book of Romans. The book of Romans. And I have to say, chapter 12, which I've been talking about, is my favorite in Romans. I mean, there's so many good things in Romans, but I really like chapter 12. And I'll just share with you some other things from this chapter. One of the first verses that I taught my children when they were younger was from Romans, and it says, "Never pay back evil for evil to anyone. Do things in such a way that everyone can see you are honorable." Okay, you understand why I taught that to my kids as the first verse? What do kids typically do? She hit me, I hit him back. He took my toy, so I punched it. That kind of stuff. They're all about sometimes, getting even. But you know what? As adults, we often do the same thing. Maybe not as obvious as when we're children. We don't maybe hit back with a punch. But we do kind of in our minds maybe say, "Oh, I hope it comes back to them," or, something negative. Never pay back evil for evil to anyone. The Bible also tells us if someone takes your shirt, give them your coat. We're supposed to go and act differently than the world acts. Good. Keep coming. All right, a couple more here. And then, when we act this way, everyone will see we are honorable. And you never know who's watching. Okay? One more time back and march. Right there. Arms are moving. So now we're going to switch, and we're going to go ahead and pick up some weights and do a little bit of some strength training. All right, so I have my weights here. And now the first thing I'm going to do is just some biceps. I'm going to start, hands at my side, the weight facing forward. I come up, and then I twist, and I come all the way up and down. Now again, if it's too much with weights in your hands, you can go ahead and just do this with the weight of your own arm is good too. But really think about contracting right there, okay? Right like that, good. Now you keep your knees just slightly bent, okay? Your core is nice and tight, and just come up and down just like this. All right, I don't want you having a lot of weight. I want you to be able to do, multiple reps of this, just like I am here. We'll do 2 more. Good. And then 1 more. Now, I'm just going to bend over a little bit and push my arms back. And when I do this, I'm using the back side of my arms or the tricep. I'm really pulling in on my core, and I'm pulling my shoulders down. Okay, so I don't bring them up by my neck. I pull them down, just like that. Keeping that core nice and tight. Okay, you can also do these both sitting down. Okay, just pushing and using that back side of the arm. Do a couple more here. Keep that core tight. All right, now we're going to switch over and we're going to work our shoulders a little bit, just by coming up and down. And as I come up, my thumb is facing upward. Can you see that? And I'm not out here and I'm not here. I'm just in between, okay? So one arm, and those knees are slightly bent, just like that. Lift. Good. Another part of Romans 12 that I love is I have the New Living Translation, what my Bible is, and so my version says it this way. It's about hospitality. It says, invite people into your home for dinner, and if necessary, ask them to spend the night. I find that too often we're so concerned about the state of our house. It's not big enough, it's not nice enough, it's not clean enough, or it's going to be stressful if I have someone over. Okay, now we're going to come here. You bend your elbows just here and lift up and down. Now don't bring up in here. Keep that down and lift up and down, just there at your side. Okay? We worry more about what our house looks like than the amazing things that can happen inside that house. If I've got some laundry on the table, I can scoot it off to the side. If my toilet isn't clean, it's okay. Free yourself from that. Doesn't have to be a perfect meal. I love having people into my home, and one of the things that I've asked God to help me with is to help me to always have a vacancy sign. No matter how many people are in my house, I always have room for someone else to come on in and join. Okay, let's just hold them down for a little bit now and march again. We're going to hold our weights for a little bit here, and now we're going to move our arms just like this. We're marching and we're moving our arms like this. Good. And keep that core nice and tight again. You got it. Who do you know who might just need an invitation into your home? Who do you know who would probably just love to sit and have someone ask them, how are you? And then actually care and sit and listen. No, really, how are you? How are things going? I tell you, the Bible is just full of great information. Like I said, Romans 12 is just one of my favorites because it has so many different things in there. So just to go over them again, so I want these to get into your mind. Romans 12:1 and 12:2. Romans 12:1 is really about giving your life. And that includes your physical body, everything, as an offering to God. Like, God, I want to be used by you, so help me to take care of my body so I have strength and energy. God, I know that I'm getting older, but I don't want to just fizzle out. I want to leave this earth with a bang. How can you help me to take care of this body so I can have some more strength and energy to do the things you're calling me to do? I want to make my eating, my drinking, everything I do as an offering to you. All right. We're going to go ahead and put the weights down. All right, so now we're just going to come and tap, tap. And as I tap, I do just a little bit of a bend on that leg. If you're in a chair, just tap in front instead, okay? There, there. Okay, so that's Romans 12:1. And again, if you want to change the way you're living, stop focusing on the behaviors and change your heart, change your thoughts. Because that's really, our heart really reflects in the way we live. And if our heart isn't really all about trying to give God glory, our actions won't be. So first, make it your desire. Ask God to even just give you the desire. Then ask Him to change your thoughts. Ask God to help you to fight back against the thoughts of the world. Let Him know that, yes, you know you are called to go out into the world and share His love with others. But ask Him to help you to not be of the world, to not be transformed by the world, but tell Him you want to be transformed by Him. You want to grow closer to the person that Jesus died for. Like He went to the cross, it says in Ephesians, I think it's in Ephesians 3, I want to become, Paul says, I want to become the person that Christ Jesus saved me for. Let's march. Okay, we're going to do a little bit of a knee lift. And I'll show you an option if it's too much to get your knee up. Okay, here, here. Right like this. If that's too much, just do it as a tap, tap, tap. Just what you can do. And I'm just moving my arms up and down. Good. Another way of looking at giving your body as an offering to God, it says, what's the verse now? I just can't think of it. I was just going to share with you another verse. We'll do that one later. Okay, in Romans 12, never pay back evil for anything. Do things in such a way that everyone can see you are honorable. When someone hurts you, when someone wrongs you, don't pay back. Turn back and love them. We're told to pray for our enemies. It's easy to love those who are easy to love, but we are called to love those who are hard to love, who hurt us. All right, we're marching down again. Right here. Now we're going to do a step together, step, tap. Step together, step, tap. Just right there. Step together, step, tap. 1, 2, 3, tap. 1, 2, 3. Just like that. And then the last one I talked about was on hospitality. Invite people into your home. Don't worry if it's perfect. One of our favorite things to do is to get a group around a table. And a lot of times we're thankful because we have people who have all different beliefs when it comes to faith. And we throw out a question and we let people answer. So for instance, one of the questions we asked was, in the last couple of months, what has moved you the most? What's really got to your heart? It could be something that made you mad or glad or sad. What is it? And we would go around and we talk about this. And it was so interesting that some of the people there who didn't have faith in Jesus would hear about the ways that God has moved in others' lives. And it was just beautiful. So maybe when you invite people into your home, you could really pray before they get there, that God would open up a door, and then try just talking about things that matter. Don't just go through the motions of small talk, although it's okay at times. Okay? One more time there and back. All right, we're going to pick up those weights again. Now, you can either hold one weight or put two weights in one hand. And your knees are slightly bent. You bend to the side and pull up. And again, in the chair, you just do the same thing but sitting down. Good. Just like that. Now, I want you to really think about pulling on this right here. This is your oblique muscle, and you pull it up. Good. Just like that. Keep nice and tight in here. You're doing awesome. Keep coming now. How about if right now we all just take a moment to just talk to God and just let Him know kind of what we are feeling through these different messages, which part of Romans 12 really touched you, and you want to talk to God about it. Go ahead and talk to Him now. I'll just give you one more cue and we're going to switch sides. Switch sides. You know, prayer really is just talking to God. And you can do that anytime during the day. It doesn't have to be in an official, on your knees in a quiet time or in church. You can really talk to Him anytime you want. He's always up there. He's always listening. In fact, in the Bible, and I can't remember where, but it says that God bends an ear down towards us. I just envision going, I'm listening, Michelle. What have you got? Thanks for coming to me. What do you want to talk about right now? What's on your mind? What's on your heart? Because anything that you worry about or care about, God does too. Right? 1 Peter 5:7, give all your worries and cares to God because He cares about you. Now these weights are definitely an option here, guys. You can put them down, but we're punching, punching, punching. So if it's too much, you set them down and you just punch, punch, punch. Now when you're punching, I want you twisting here, okay? So punching, punching. Good. That's it. So those weights are a good option, but you don't have to. 4 more. 3, 2, 1. All right. We're going to get back to walking again. Just like that. We're almost done, and then we'll do a couple stretches. All right. Keep those legs moving. We're going to do a little bit of a grapevine here. Anybody remember the grapevine? Okay, so it's step behind, step, tap. Step behind, step, tap. Step behind. Good. Step behind, step. If I'm going too fast, you slow down. Here's a little slower pace. Good. Funny. If you knew me, I just do everything fast. I always have. When my kids were little and we'd get to the grocery store, sometimes, especially my younger one, he'd grab onto me and say, Mom, slow down, slow down. Because I just get out of the car, like I'm moving. That's just, I kind of go through life at a faster pace. I think if someone did a study, they'd find that I'm almost all fast twitch muscle. I mean, I can't run like for long distance. I am not like that marathon type. I can't go on a treadmill or cardio piece and just go long term. But I can go really short bursts. for high energy. We're all a little different, right? And so no matter what, when you're done with this workout, I don't want you to think about the things you can't do. I want you to only focus on what you did do, okay? A very, very close friend of our family, when their son was 19 years old, he dove into a wave on a family vacation and instantly became a quadriplegic. I saw him just recently, it was 2 years after his accident, and he said, sitting in a chair, having to ask his dad to give him water when he was thirsty, he said, "I'm happier than I've ever been." And he said, "You know what? I just think about the things I can do and not about what I can't do." And the other thing that really touched him was he said, "I focus on giving my everyday purpose. Every day, a week, and a year. What's my purpose? What am I going to put my energy? What do I want to accomplish? Let's march it." All right, guys, that was a good job, good workout. So glad you did this with me. I encourage you to go read Romans 12 today. Even if you've never picked up a Bible and read it, you can always just go online, and there's great things on there where you can just read the Bible right there. Let's just do a little bit of a heel stretch here. Okay, stretching out that calf a little bit. So we did a lot of marching. Good. And now we'll switch to the other side. Go ahead and go up and down there. Stretching it out. All right, we're going to do an inhale. Up here, I want you to grab hold and pull to the side. Feel that stretch down your side. Keep your core nice and tight on that. All right, now to the other side. Pull it over. Feel that stretch on the side. You got it. Let's come down. One more inhale up. Exhale down. And now come all the way just to your knees. You can lean forward and just feel a little stretch back here, okay? Push your hips back. Support your back with your hands. Your knees are slightly bent. Here's a side angle, guys, just like that. Nice stretch. Then round your back and come up. Shoulders back. Come back down. Round up your back. And we'll do that one more time. Down. Round up your back and roll those shoulders back. All right, guys, awesome job. I so enjoyed that. Thanks for doing it with me.